some of these people, it's not that they need bullying, it's that they need an opposing view. They need to be able to tackle an opposing view, because many of these people are so coddled and they are so isolated and in such a bubble that they never experience any sort of disagreement. And when it if inevitably happens, they don't know how to handle it. And the problem is that these people had control over the institutions, which, yeah, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work out. They need to be humbled. Yeah, they need to be, like, so many people need to come to terms with reality. Many people just don't want to accept what reality is, and they want to change it to fit their worldview. And problem is, the worldview is not compatible with, I think it was Saad, Gail Saad, I think it was his name. Everything in reality, every field out there has the self-correcting nature of reality. Like, if you come up with something in theory and you put that into practice and it doesn't work, it's because the self-correcting nature of reality gets in your way. But there are some places that don't have that. For example, some of the like psychology, humanities, and universities. Right now, you would have, like, before Elon bought Twitter, before Elon bought YouTube, all of these social medias, that they were coming up with all of these theoretical, hypothetical ideals, and they would just push them out there, and they would just silence any opposition, and it would just not work. Algorithms surrounding you with what you already like is bad because it denies you a lesson on how to deal with the opposite view. 100%. Yeah, 100%. The more you think about it, you realize what you say, someone will eventually disagree with you. Yeah. Yeah, and this is something that I am, this and then we start, right? One of the best things to ever happen to me was to meet Dunkel. Because with Dunkel, I have learned to argue so much more than I used to. Yes, Frenzy, we did. And are you protecting Elon Musk turning Twitter into a CP site? Mr. Chaos? Fuck off. This is how you deal with these people. What you're doing is you are taking a position. There was CP on Twitter before Elon Musk, and it was a big issue. CP, the issue with CP got way better under Elon than it ever did under fucking Jack or under any of the managements afterwards. To the point, many of the families that were victims of child porn on Twitter went and sued Twitter and lost because Twitter would not take down the porn of that they were victims of. That's not happening anymore. They're actually enforcing this. It's still, it still happens, but at least there is a corrective measure for it now. Yeah, Elon did that. So yeah. Let's see. I think Elon just turned Twitter into a different kind of echo chamber. No, Elon took Twitter and removed, and he inserted the self-correcting mechanism of reality. Okay, I think you are in your own echo chamber. You understand that the points of view that you are asserting right now can only exist in an environment so unbelievably sanitized that no one can oppose you. That is what you are telling me. The echo chamber that I'm in is an echo chamber where we have a lot of discussion. We're having the discussion right now. We're having the discussion right now. We're having the disagreement right now. That is not allowed in the side that you're bringing this from. You are in the, you are coming from the side of Elon Musk is bad, therefore everything that Elon Musk is related to is also bad. That is the thinking of an emotional 4-year-old. There are things that Elon Musk has done that I don't like. Plenty of things. There are things that Elon Musk has done that I like. Plenty of things. Turns out, he is a human being, an adult, and he's an eccentric fucking character. And there are things that I like, there are things that I don't like. So yeah, and yeah, no, these arguments over here are all about optics, because we didn't start with the argument of, oh, I don't like the way that the platform is going. No, immediately went for the child pornography argument, because it's all about how things seem. It's never about the substance of how things are. It's always about the optics, and it's never about agreement or disagreement. It's always about submission. You still call it Twitter? That is dead naming. By the strictest sense of the word, that is dead naming. So yeah, community notes are one of the best additions to the site formerly known as Twitter, and I would like... Community notes are one of the best things to happen in the internet, yeah. Yeah, because it's a self-corrective mechanism of reality. And you get those notes there that provide additional context. Sometimes they're abused. Most of the time they work. So, end of debate will be the death of humanity? Yes. Yes. Yes, the starving man craves for food. Yes. So yeah, never, and that's one of the reasons why the left keeps losing right now, because they stopped arguing, they stopped debating, they stopped having disagreements. The moment you disagree with anything with a leftist is the moment you become a far-right Nazi. The moment you agree on anything with a right-winger is when you, well, agree with anything. And you can have a conversation. In some cases, in most cases, they stopped listening. Look at how things have turned. I mean, at least in America, because I know that in other places it's not as bad, but in the United States it's completely polarized. And one of the things, and I promise we start right now, the big thing that we are seeing is that the leftist will often try to collectivize in order to apply pressure to beat you into submission. That is usually how it works. Like, you're gonna try to bring in optics, and if you can't bring optics, you bring peer pressure. And if you can't bring peer pressure, well, you just dismiss them as a far-right Nazi, and you hope that they get banned or worse. And nowadays, they want the worse, because these people have just completely lost it. It's never as far left as America was. It might get there. It's not about disagreeing, but if you deny reality in this case, Twitter came from a place with issues into a fascist shithole. You know what happened? People stopped being banned for disagreeing with leftist points. Tell me, what is fascist about disagreeing with the definition of dead naming? Answer me that question. What is fascist about having two possible points where the idea of misgendering? There's two worldviews from which misgendering comes from. One of them, the leftist view, is misgendering is when you say the wrong pronoun for a trans person and you use the one that they used to identify with because now they use a new one. Musk literally unbanned Nazis? You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. And again, you are coming from an optics point of view. Your argument has zero substance. And did you not hear what I just said? When you disagree with anything with a leftist, you are branded a Nazi. When you disagree with anything with a leftist, you're branded as a Nazi. Which means, right now, all you did is say, yeah, Elon unbanned people that disagreed with people, because the term Nazi has been diluted so much that it means nothing now, which is a disservice. It's a disservice because it now obfuscates and it dilutes away the true horror of those people. One of the clearest examples of a real echo chamber on Twitter is the discourse on Greenland. That is one. That is one. That is one. You want a true echo chamber? Go to Reddit. Go to Reddit and disagree on anything. The moment you disagree, you get banned and you're called a Nazi. On anything. Oh, Torts! Thank you for the €30. Fuck you for interrupting. Reddit, no thank you. Yeah, and Reddit used to be an awesome place. That's 3480. 3480, and I think you already had one, right? No, you don't. Okay, that puts you in the point here, 3480, and you want wacky workbench p mix. What is this from? So yeah, notice that at no point have you argued. They said you moved the goalpost. People were not banned for disagreeing on gender. Yes, they were. They were banned for defending the Holocaust, and Musk pushes these people, especially now. There were people who were Holocaust deniers who got banned for that. And Elon did an overcorrection. 100%. People got banned for disagreeing on misgendering people. You know, one of the clearest examples, I can think of like 7 off the top of my head of figures that were, and now you're just flat out name one that was banned from misgendering: Zuby, Milo, the redheaded libertarian, Sargon of Akkad. That's 4 right there. Zuby got banned for telling a transgender, okay, dude. That's all he did. He got banned for that. Milo, well, he was more like, I technically counted because he did say it was for misgendering. He called a black actress an ugly dude. He got banned for that. 2 of these people wanted transgenders to die. Oh, talk about moving goalposts. Talk about moving goalposts. You see, you are still bringing this to an optics point. You are still bringing this to an optics point. And all you're trying to do is say, this looks bad. This looks bad. This looks bad. One of the people that got banned that denied the Holocaust, Nick Fuentes. 100%. 100%. Overcorrection. He's allowed to have the opinion. He's allowed to have the opinion. No, if you're in a subreddit, not actively participating, that just joined, you can be banned in a ton that disagreeing with one Reddit really a toxic echo chamber. Yeah. Yeah. After this, we'll start. Look, we ended up getting somebody here saying that Twitter is an echo chamber. Twitter is no longer an echo chamber. The problem is, and here's a, in old Twitter, I was able to discuss with right-wing people, but now there is only the extreme left. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, they fled to Reddit and Blue Sky the moment they could no longer ban people for disagreeing with them. Number 2 is because the other people got unbanned and people started disagreeing more openly. Opinions should be censored just because you disagree with what they say. Rights are for the people that you don't like. Simple as. The right of freedom of speech is not something that you give to people that you like and you agree with. It's for the fucking trash that you disagree with and you would wish didn't have that right. That's who rights are for. Yes, neo-Nazis are allowed to have their opinion. I mean, over here in Europe, no. You're not allowed to be a neo-Nazi, at least not in Hungary. You're not allowed to be a neo-Nazi or a communist. That is actually a felony over here. That's a crime. Same in Poland, I believe, and Czechia, I think, and Slovakia has the same thing. Like, these countries that suffer both, right? Like, it's illegal to be either. In the US, that's actually freedom. You have the freedom to be one. Musk literally uses Twitter to push Nazis here in Germany, and you defend it? Oh, you mean the AfD? Okay. If the AfD is Nazis, report them to the European Council, report them to the German authorities, because that is a crime. It is illegal to be a Nazi in Germany. It is a crime. You are right now defaming one of the largest political parties in Germany because you read a headline and you didn't look into that anymore. The AfD is not nowhere near to the right as the previous party was, or the parties afterwards. You are, and again, you are coming with optics-based arguments. These are not arguments. These are optics-based attempts as having me submit to the ideology and have me submit. I am not going to. I am simply not going to. Because I know that this is coming from a place of pure dishonesty. Pure taqiyya. The only reason you're not Muslim is because you're not professing the name of Muhammad. 45 points, gained 45 points, there you go. What did you come back to? An argument. In the US, we have freedom to speak, and yet these echo chambers literally spit on that, right? Yeah. Yeah, like, the freedom of speech under the First Amendment is that the government will not do that. Which, Turned out that under Biden, before Elon bought the place, turned out that they were actively going to Twitter and telling people who to ban, which is a violation of the Constitution. So Elon got rid of that. Okay, this turned into I'm no Nazi, but I defend AFD that has people in his row and want to kill. And look at that. Look at that. Let me actually screenshot this one. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Tell me you are not entirely based on conflicts. I can sue you for this. I can sue you for this, for defamation, because in Hungary it is illegal to do this. It is illegal to do this. You're lobbying an accusation to me that is highly illegal in Hungary. At what point have I said that have I defended Nazis? No, I'm saying the AFD is not a party of Nazis because it's illegal to be a Nazi in Germany and in Hungary. It's illegal to do that. And they are a political party that exists. And do not tell me that the Germans right now are going back to being Nazis. Do not tell me that. Because I'm pretty sure the Germans in the chat can very, very easily, and the Germans in this community can very much tell you that they're not doing that again. One of the core tenets of being German right now is to making sure that they never see Nazis again. Yes, they are, and they are in the process of being forbidden. What is Nazism exactly? Well, I mean, it's the ideology that Hitler had, the National Socialist Workers' Party of Germany, that started off as a fucking club, and then Hitler turned into the whole thing. How surface level can you get? I don't know. A puddle a mile wide and an inch deep, at best. The AFD did get branded as a right-wing extremist in Germany. The Nazi Party was extreme center. That is one of the greatest lies that people have been told, that Nazism was far right. Fascism is far right. Communism is far left. The Nazis, right there in the center. The National Socialist Party, they had nationalist policies, which is far right. They had socialist policies, which is far left. They were up in the center. They were up there in the center. I know more. I can tell right now that I know more about Nazi Germany than you ever will. Because I took several classes on this in college. I've read several of the books. I know their tactics. I know what a Nazi is. I know what Nazis are. Because I've studied this. And yeah, the AFD got branded and they're contesting it. And they're contesting it. Because being a right-wing extremist doesn't make you a Nazi automatically. Very specific set of ideologies. All right, then we're hanging out, Juicy. Yeah, that's good. 5 more minutes. They not got branded multiplayer. Higher politicians have broken laws in Germany that are defined as right extremist. Again, these are nebulous terms that are used to once again. Because right now, I'm giving you the proper definition of the Nazis. I'm giving you the proper definition. And you are here diluting these definitions to mean, oh no, it's just right-wing extremism. What is not right-wing extremism? Oh, when you disagree with the idea of transgenderism. Oh, when you disagree with the idea of open borders and unlimited immigration. Oh, when you disagree with socialist policies. That makes you a right-wing. Because in the framing that you're giving me, surely agree with what Trump is doing right now. Some of it. I don't like that he's not releasing the fucking files. I don't like that he's not releasing the fucking Epstein files. I don't like that he hasn't fully fucking deported all the illegals. I don't like that he hasn't arrested any of the people that have committed all the crimes. He hasn't gone far enough. I do like that he finally got rid of Maduro. Oh God, that was so good. So